Oh, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm fine. All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. You're approaching the 3-point career record. Just, I mean, how's that? You're going to get it at some point, but just, I mean, how do you wrap your mind around that? You're probably going to walk out of here as a career 3-point.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I mean, Ian had told me about it, and I didn't know I was that close. And it's pretty cool just to kind of see the names that are right there with me. So just to be a part of that group is something special, and just to hopefully have that record soon would be really a great accomplishment to leave here at Purdue. So
It's not something that is a focus of yours. It just kind of comes in the natural flow of games, right?
right, yeah, like I said, I had no clue until Ian brought it to my attention, and but yeah, so I guess just all the 3-pointers lined up, and it's really exciting just to hear about it, and hopefully sometime I'll get it soon, and I'll just keep doing my thing, not thinking about it, just let it come to me. So
It's also a product of you playing a lot of games, which is a
yeah,
good thing, right?
yeah, definitely.
But just as you have you always kind of thought of yourself not as a 3-point shooter, but that was a big part of your game, and what have you done over the years to really develop your shot and develop being that kind of shooter?
Yeah, I definitely think I've always been considered a 3-point shooter, scorer type. So growing up is something I've always done, and it started when I was a little girl. My dad taught me the basic mechanics, and he didn't let me shoot from the 3-point line when I was a kid until I was about like 4th grade, 5th grade. And so I think that helped me. Once I got to that level, I wasn't like shoving it from my hip or anything. I was still remaining good form. So I think that was really a benefit that my dad had me do that. And just got a lot of reps in the past many years actually, knowing that that's something that I need to bring to the table for my team, whatever team I was on growing up and the team I'm on now. So
When you were growing up and you saw other players maybe shooting from their hip, was that a sign? It's like, hey, maybe I'm doing something right here, or why are they doing that and I'm doing this?
yeah, definitely. I think it was something that I was like, okay, maybe it's a good thing I'm not doing that right now. I'm not strong enough. I wasn't built strong enough at that time. So I think it was really smart that my dad had me do that. So that way, once I was able to actually have the strength, I was still able to shoot consistently and remain good form at the same time. So I think it definitely was a smart way for my dad to coach me at that time. So.
At what point growing up in basketball were you comfortable behind the 3-point line shooting, knowing you had the strength and everything else to do it?
I definitely would say about like the 6th grade, I was definitely really comfortable to where I was actually shooting it consistently. 5th grade, 4th grade, I was starting to learn to shoot the 3-point because that was the first time I was doing it. So definitely by the time I was in 7th grade, I was like for sure knowing how to shoot it from that range. Then obviously extending my range also. So once I got to high school as well.
What have teams done to run you off the 3-point line? Have you seen about everything?
It feels like it. I feel like I've always had someone on my hip running me, chasing me off the screens. So that's why I had to develop a pull-up jump shot and sometimes getting to the basket occasionally. And so I've definitely had to develop my game in other ways because people know that I can shoot the 3-point. So honestly, it's helped me become a better player, knowing that people are going to be chasing me all the time and getting one of the best defenders. So just got to always make sure I keep my defender on their toes.
Is there one 3-pointer that you've made that comes to mind that you just won't forget?
The Northwestern 3-pointer, game winner for sure.
That's what I thought you would say.
Yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind.
Just as you're getting back into playing shape and with your ankle, kind of where are you at after a couple weeks, and how much further do you have to go to get back to where you would feel 100%?
Yeah, I've been thankful for incredible athletic trainers here. Jess has been there for me, and Jason helping me get back in shape, and the coaches and teammates have been super supportive. And it's been kind of up and down trying to find, that strength again to be out there full go. And it's definitely been a process, and the coaches have told me to be patient, and I haven't always been patient because I've never been in this type of circumstance. So it's been very hard, but I've been trying to work as hard as I can. And the moment I got told I was ahead of schedule, I was super excited, and I was able to just keep pushing forward. And now that I have the opportunity to be out there, I'm really excited, and I feel like I'm getting back and getting closer every single day to being fully 100%. I'm probably in the 90 range, I feel like, right now, but I'm just continuing to work on my explosiveness and the speed part, because obviously the game is fast, and so that's something I need to have to be able to keep up and excel how I want to excel for my teammates. So
at what point in the rehab process did you feel comfortable extending your range and shooting 3-pointers?
Mm-hmm.
Feel like you were back to somewhat normal in what you were doing?
Yeah, I definitely, once I got back in the gym, and obviously I was shooting a lot of mid-range for a long time, and I wasn't shooting threes how I wanted to. So finally, towards the end of it, once I was getting closer to hearing that I was able to get back on the court, I started shooting threes again, and obviously it took a minute for me to get the strength in my legs again. But once I was able to, it was just kind of like picking up a bike and go running with it. So.
How have you been able to recover after games? Are you still? You wake up the next morning maybe a little sore, or have you moved past that stage?
Definitely the first 2 games I was definitely really sore after. I definitely would say the past game or so. I haven't been as sore as I thought I was going to be, but definitely there is some soreness, and but I found different ways as far as recovery in the training room, and recovery as far as different nutrition habits and stuff that have helped me be able to recover faster, knowing I'm coming off a surgery injury. So
now is your plan to come back next year and do this all again?
Yeah, that's my plan.
May have 1,000 3-pointers by the end.
Hey, that would be pretty cool.
You're 10 years at Purdue.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, just Madison Lake, can you just speak about the court awareness?
Mm-hmm.
And have you been around a player like that, either at the high school or college level, that she would remind you of somebody?
Yeah, definitely. She's just a player that sees the floor really well, knows how to make some really great passes, and she's a very smart girl, so she understands the game. So she definitely brings that piece to the table for our team, as far as understanding what we're looking for, what's the right shot, what's a good extra pass. And, the past couple games I've had a chance to play with her, it's been really fun being by her side out there, as far as, she sees the floor so well. And so she definitely has a bright future. As far as a player she reminds me of who I've played with before, I would say she probably reminds me of Madison Parker from high school. Me and her, we played really well together, and she saw the floor really well. Great 3-point shot. So very similar type players, but that's the best I could probably say that I've played with. So
when you were watching her and not playing with her from the bench, what
Mm-hmm.
things have you seen on her that really maybe stood out and struck you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely how smart she was, and just how she saw the floor differently from others. You can tell how she saw different passes, different reads, and she's always looking for the next pass. And then as she continued to grow, she started seeing how her shot was going to be an impact for the team as well. So every single game she grew in a different way, which I thought was really exciting. And then honestly, her defense, her length bothers people, especially in our 1-3-1 offense. Or defense, excuse me. But yeah, she really gets a lot of deflections and causes havoc for the other team as far as on the defensive end. So.
Is it easy to see that she's the coach's kid?
Wait, sorry, what was that part?
Is it easy to see that she's a coach's kid?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, with how smart she is, you can tell she grew up in a coaching home. So she definitely was taught well, for sure.